Come on in, y'all. It's gonna be a short one. Want to get on here before it got too late. I've been moving all over this internet. Like, oh shit. What up, Daniel? Yo, what's going on, Muhammad? What's going on with y'all tonight? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Late one. I came on before it got too late. Tyler, what's happening? I was watching TNA Victory Road, and then at the same time I was in the Discord with Leo, KM, Jared, Thea. Then somebody else was in there too, and they got Stardom going on in the Discord. I can. Shoot, the only real, if you think about it, the only real good partner Miz ever had was John Morrison. They just had that chemistry. So I was watching that, and then and before that I was in another chat. I see homie still alive. So I was like, let me go on now. Let me go in and join in. And then I seen the fools from I Love You Fairfield live right now discussing Fairfield history again. It's quite interesting because somebody had asked, did Fairfield ever get credit from the Bay Area? I won't say get credit, but mention wise, yes. Credit, no. But at the same time, we weren't necessarily looking for no credit. We just knew, like, this is how everybody is looking at us. So let's set our mark and show everybody exactly who and what Fairfield is. So now I'm here with y'all. Are you trolling, Tyler? Because I would think, you know, he would want his team in the Super Bowl. You know. I tell you who's not going to be in the Super Bowl. They play in Dallas. Oh, no, please, no. Nah, forget all that. Nah, fuck that. Nah. The Eagles got they got their revenge on y'all. We still got to get our revenge on y'all. Forget that. Y'all beat us twice. Nah, I can't let that go. Especially when we was up in both Super Bowls. We was up in both Super Bowls. And we can't, just one play. Just one play. All we needed was one play. That's it. And whatever that shit was that they put out there, oh my God. Now we got overtime. I was, oh my God. Then the confusion with the overtime rules, I'm just like, what the fuck? This is not happening. Oh yeah, it definitely is. But you kind of know who's going to be in the mix at the end. You know, unless something crazy happens, like what happened to us last year. We had so many injuries. Shit. You know. I was like, I'm done. I was done early. AKA the Arlington Blue Stars. Not the Blue Stars. Oh shit, what's going on, Tia? That's funny. That's funny. You know. You know, I had you know, I got this live I'm going to be doing here soon about this Raider fan, because he for some reason he thinks, and it's just not him, you know, but it hits differently when it's coming from a Raider fan, because all they do is run their mouth. They always talk about what they're going to do. They literally have not, look, this is how bad the Raiders is. They have not won a divisional title since 2002. They haven't been in any championship game since 2002. And I know people like to get on my Niners about, well, y'all didn't win the Super Bowl, y'all lost. But then I just was like, okay, yes, we did lose. Baltimore beat us, KC beat us. Cool. What was your team doing again? Yeah, y'all was watching us. So regardless, win, lose, y'all was watching us. Y'all wasn't good enough to play in that game that year. And the Raiders ain't been good enough to play in any game in any year. So he tried to get it smart, whatever. So I'm about to humiliate this fool. He don't realize. See, I'm a small channel, but people notice me, right? And I try to tell people, like, you might want to look at my previous videos and lives before you get to running your mouth, you know, about me. Because I'm a very fun-loving guy. I have fun, you know what I'm saying? I tell jokes, you know. I just have a good time. I have a good sense of humor. But when you start getting your feelings involved and start trying to start an argument based off of what? Now I got to embarrass you. And everybody who knows me, and anybody that's been rocking with me for quite a while now, you know I will humiliate somebody to the core. Okay? And it ain't personal, because I don't care about your feelings. That's the beauty of it. You know, we could have had a healthy football debate talk, but you want to get in your feelings and want to cop an attitude and try to get smart with me. Yeah, I fired back. I said my little 1-2 or whatever, but that's minor. That's minor. I'm going to completely humiliate you with facts, stats, oh, and all the money I done won off of all you damn Raider fans. Thank you very much. You know, and all you Raider fans that still owe me money that want to skip out because you knew you was wrong. You know, that life's gonna be fun. Oh, yep. It is. It's hard to. Do you know who's getting injured? Nobody knows who's getting injured. What the hell? Yes, please do. Please do subscribe and share. Y'all know the drill. What's happening, cuz? Yeah. So sick of these damn Raider fans. You know. And it's just like, why are they even saying anything about any fan base? Like, if your fan base is winning, then you have a right to run your mouth. Because you're winning, you're having success. You're making it to the playoffs. You're getting to AFC or NFC championship games. You're getting to Super Bowls. You can run your mouth. Now, the ones who wins the Super Bowl, they can run their mouth for a whole year because they got that right. And now nobody can say anything about it. Just got to kind of bite your lips sometimes, you know. But if you was in the dance and whatever part, you could run your mouth. If you won your division, you could run your mouth. Oh, well, the 49ers always running their mouth. Yeah, because we can. Did you hear us when we was losing for them 7 years? No, you didn't. Because we had nothing to cheer about. Our last losing run, before Harbaugh got there, not a peep. A lot of pissed off people. Truly the end of our Super Bowl era. So, you know, and right now the Eagles, all Eagles fans, Tia, they can run their mouth because they're the champs. They have the ring. They got the trophy. They can run their mouth. You know? It's just great knowing that I haven't heard nothing from the Cowboy fans. It's so great. It's so great. I love it. I stopped running my mouth at the start of the first game of the season last year. Was like, she said, restart. Wait, hold on for a second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. But you know, that's the beauty about sports. You're still the champion until, you know. So you still got bragging rights, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the day my 49ers win the Super Bowl, y'all is going to hear me run my mouth the entire year. Okay. The entire year. The entire year. Yeah, along with the referees and all that stuff, and secret, mysterious flags start popping up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mighty right. Yo, what's going on, Facts? Oh, okay. For sure, for sure. You have a good one. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, I will do the same if my Broncos win another Super Bowl. I'm so proud of my team for last year, but this year, don't fuck it. Yeah, y'all been kind of sketchy this year. I wasn't like when y'all just played the Rams this past Sunday. I was like, I'm thinking like going into the game, I'm like, okay, it should be a pretty competitive game. And then when I seen the score, I was like, whoa. But then even then, when it got into the fourth quarter or whatever, and it looked like the Rams was maintaining that, I think it was like a 6-point lead or whatever. And then it happened. That was blocked field goal Sunday. It was like 3-4 games that ended on a blocked field goal. That shit was wild. She is the new team. Yep, I seen that. Yeah, TNA is allowing certain content creators to show the pay-per-views. So I ended up coming across one. Matter of fact, RB had popped up in there too. It was cool. I was like, oh shit, I can watch this shit for free. Oh shit. But yeah, I'm. Yo, as a matter of fact, man, what's going on with your Broncos? What's going on with your Broncos? I'm like, hold on. I seen y'all record. I was like, huh? Like, what's going on? Shoot, the Chargers up there, they just mosey along. But I told y'all this was going to happen. I told everybody when the Chargers got Harbaugh, what was going to happen. And I said, if it didn't happen in the first year like it did with us, it was going to happen in the second year. I know my coach like a handbook. Because don't get me started. We lost 2 games by that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's shit crazy by a field goal. And those are the type of games that can come back to hit you in the end. Because we lost 6 games last year by 5 points or less. Didn't make no sense, but we were injured, so. But I'm telling you, man. And I was making a point to tell y'all Bronco fans because I was right about y'all too. I knew y'all was going to send right back up there. But I knew when Harbaugh got over there, it was going to be a problem. you know. But my Niners, Brock Purdy is back. Jawan Jennings is back. Demarcus Robinson makes his debut as a 49er this Sunday, along with Ricky Purcell. Wide receiver number 1, who's been tearing it up since week 1. We got the 3-headed monster, and we still waiting on BA to come back in the next couple of weeks. Kittle coming back in the next couple of weeks. Come on now. Our offense is about to go crazy. Our offense is about to go crazy with the other Robinson backing up CMC. Our offense is about to go crazy. Shoot, you know, and Bosa being out, that shit hurts. That stings. That's fucked up. But the way Robert Saleh, I feel more confident with my defense with Bosa being out because Robert Saleh was there. When it happened when DeMarco Murray was there, I wasn't so confident. But Robert Saleh, man, and if you guys haven't been paying attention to number 20, D. Winters, I'm telling y'all right now, D. Winters is a monster. That young man is flying all over the field. Do you hear me? All over the field, smashing, hitting, tackling. We already know what Fred Warner does. You know, still waiting on to hear about Green, number 0, because that you know, he got hurt. So hopefully he can play Sunday. But just overall, man, look, defense is nasty. Mikal Williams, Bryce Huff, stop it. Oh man, I'm not worried about my team. Yeah, the Chargers always choking. Yeah, that's with everybody else. This is Harbaugh. Harbaugh brings on a whole different presence. You know, I know the first go around wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But the way he got that team right now, look, go back and watch them old 49er games, or just watch the highlights. Don't watch the whole game. Just watch the highlights. And just remember what that defense and how that whole team was just like, yeah, you didn't want, like, we literally put fear in other teams. This is what Harbaugh teams does. They put fear in other teams. That is his motive. That is what drives him. And that's what fuels the team into being successful. This is a different Charger team, you know. And knowing what I know about Harbaugh and what he's done at San Diego State, Stanford, the Niners, and Michigan, come on now. First half I was looking at was our 2023 year. I know Nick had his eyes on the playbook. I need Nick to not look and think about plays. The playing safe was not working, and it was predictable. And when Lane Johnson got hurt, I knew our line would crumble every time, or every single time. Yeah, Lane Johnson's he a monster. He a monster on that line. Yeah. And Lane is the only white man I was hurting when he got hurt. Yeah, he was a monster on that line, you know. But I don't know, Nick. Man, what's up with dude? Because I noticed he does that a lot, you know. And I'm like, what happened? Because I know he could be aggressive at times, and then there's times where he just like, I don't know. It's like the brain stopped working for that second or two, you know. Oh, first ballot. Hey, speaking of the Hall of Fame, in case y'all don't know, I'm about to break some news to y'all. Right along with all the other finalists, the 49ers have 16 finalists for the Hall of Fame. Now, trip on this one. There's a name on that list that you would not expect to be on that list. Because I know I was surprised. But I'm happy for him. Everything he went through. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Yeah, I'll give you a hint. He was the quarterback for the 49ers. And don't nobody be funny and say Jim Druckenmiller either. Or JT O'Sullivan. Or even worse, Blaine Gabbert. Oh, God. Is Blaine Gabbert even still in the league? Does he even still play football? Oh, God. No, quarterback. He was a quarterback. What do you mean? I know you funny. Jerry already in. Jerry got in years ago. But it was a quarterback for the 49ers. Montana already in. Steve Young already in. We know it ain't Kaepernick. He ain't played long enough. So it could only be one other guy. Matter of fact, Michael Irvin had a nice little I guess saying or whatever for him, which I took that on and I said it every single game. Every time he scored a touchdown. Anybody? Okay, I'll give y'all another hint. If you watch college football, he played at Utah. And he won the most outstanding player in a bowl game. In my opinion, I think Nick is a motivational speaker. I don't think he's knowledgeable enough to call plays. There's been plays that were crazy as hell. I find out after the game he called them or encouraged those plays. Oh, wow. That's not good. Let the offensive coordinator call the plays, Nick. Shoot, that's what they there for. Shoot, that's what. See, and you know what? I know a lot of people was thinking Shanahan was calling a lot of those plays. Man, Miami's head coach, he was calling that. As a matter of fact, the year we went to the Super Bowl, he was calling those plays. The only time Kyle called the plays was when he first got to the Niners and the last couple of years. After he left, he just went ahead and just took over the play calling duties. So we didn't even have an OC. We just had a assistant offensive coach. Lonnie, did y'all get a win? Did you guys got a win? Why you coming here talking shit? Always starting shit. You always come in starting shit. You know, you were correct. We would have. Hey, who won that game a couple weeks ago? I'll wait. In whose house? Oh yeah. No, not running back. Quarterback. Because that's a name you would expect on there. As a matter of fact, his name is on there. He should be first ballot, too. If Frank Gore ain't first ballot, woo, the Hall of Fame is going to hear from us. And they ain't going to like it. But he did play with Frank Gore. Called the 49ers because y'all on 49 years with there you go. Ain't been no damn 49 years. If you don't stop. When Jalen took control of the rest of the game, I was breathing a sigh of relief. Hey, sometimes the quarterback just got to say fuck it and just do their own thing. You know. As a matter of fact, since Lonnie want to come in here and talk shit, this guy that I speak of beat his Saints in the playoffs. There he goes. That's the man right there, Alex Smith. Is a finalist for the Hall of Fame. Imagine that. Your quarterback wasn't even alive the last 4 years. You stop. both my Super Bowl winning quarterbacks are still alive. Don't do that. I know it's been a long time, you know, but don't keep talking shit like because your guys' years is creeping up there. You know what I'm saying? It's creeping up there. You guys is like damn near at the halfway mark of 20 years. So don't do that. What do you think of SmackDown earlier tonight as well as Victory Road? SmackDown. I fell asleep on SmackDown. And then when I woke up, the homie told me what happened in that main event. If they don't get that damn belt off of that, oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. They alive with your starting quarterback. There you go, six. Yeah. See, I'm just saying. You guys is collecting dust on your one trophy. Okay, on your one trophy. You know. As a matter of fact, we at 16, y'all. We are at 30. We are at 30. But I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you that it is right now. When we win the Super Bowl, Lonnie, you better not change your number either, because I'm going to be calling you, and you gonna hear my mouth. Yeah, you gonna hear my mouth. Yeah, he did play for the Chiefs. He did. Because for some reason, that's the one thing I'm still pissed off about Harbaugh about. That's the one thing I'm pissed about. That the fact that you made that change and there was no reason for you to make that change. Alex Smith should have finished his career as a 49er. But no, what Alex Smith did, he went and got the whole thing started up for the Chiefs. He went and got the whole thing started up with the Chiefs. All Mahomes had to do is just come in and just play. Oh, shit. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that you fell asleep during SmackDown. Is this the first time? Hell no. I done fell asleep on so many SmackDowns in the past. The Mills might get one before you. Don't do that. See? Don't see. I know Coffee would very, 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 very appreciate you saying that. And I could tell you, and you know this, he would say, well, I hope so, because we keep on getting there. And you know, like every Bills fan, they always go back to them 4 losses. I can't say anything about the 3 losses, but that first one, Norwood, you had one job to do. And you hooked that ball. I was like, this is a fucking nightmare. Because I was going for the Bills. When the Giants had beat us, I was like, man, and my hatred for the Giants, look, as a 49er fan, Dallas is at the top of the list. The Raiders is like 1B. And them motherfuckers. Like the Giants. Ugh. But it was no way. If I have to say it though, outside of the Eagles, because the Eagles and the Niners, we had that situation a couple years ago, where we didn't have a quarterback. Brock Purdy was hurt. He couldn't throw. And then he couldn't play. So we didn't have a quarterback. We literally had our running back as a quarterback and everybody else trying to play quarterback and shit like that. And it was so many Eagles fans that was talking shit that what happened that next year during that regular season game, yeah, we had to go in there and we had to put boots to asses, okay? We had to put boots to asses because we didn't appreciate that. We ain't never had no issues with the Eagles whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? We've always had competitive games, and we left it at that. But for this particular reason, oh yeah, it was. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the NFC East, Dallas, the Giants hate them with a fucking passion. The Redskins, we hate the Redskins because they gypped us in that playoff game back in 1983. It would have been the Niners and the Raiders in the Super Bowl if them motherfuckers didn't man. Yeah. So yeah, we've definitely had an issue with the Redskins since then. When Javon, I smiled when he was in the ring. See, next second, I was like, fuck, on the main roster, his career is stalled. Yeah, I did see that match. I fell asleep after that match. Not kicking out was a problem for me. Yeah, let's see, everything else in SmackDown, I was focused on no dirt shit. You know, we be good. Yeah, hey, look, hey, you know, I be cutting up in the chat, but I'll be the only one. All days, I'll be, yeah. You know, it be a few of us in the chat, and yeah. But I definitely, you know, and what I said about Tiffany prior to the match, and then hearing what happened and everything, and that whole fiasco, I was just like, oh, and then hearing about Jay getting busted open, I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit was crazy. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go back and watch. So I will be watching tonight, and once I get a visual from what y'all telling me, if y'all thought I was cutting up before, oh, it's a and no more Nia Jax and Tiffany matches under any format. Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired of Nia Jax. Always like have her do something else. You know, Nia Jax loses to Tiffany clean, and then Stephanie Bakura shows up. Oh yeah, because they got the crown jewel, man. Uh, 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 you know, watching Sami Zayn and the young OG, those are the matches that remind you of what this godforsaken company can be. But for the life of me, I just do not know why people clamor to this company like it's the greatest thing in the world. WWE has diminished so much. And it's fucked up because it's been diminishing under TKO and Triple H and Nick Khan. When Vince was in charge, WWE was starting to go back up. And as crazy as it is, Vince was giving us the matches we wanted. He wasn't actually doing such a good job behind stage, because otherwise, Sasha and Naomi would have stayed. Then they would have never left. So people did, and people getting released. And all, yeah, I get all that. I get it. But we were still like, does anybody really think that with that same roster and Triple H being involved, do you think that we would have got Bianca and Sasha main event WrestleMania? No. Matter of fact, that match probably would have never even happened. And if it did happen, it would probably happen on a Raw or a SmackDown, and it would have been some bullshit with it. Would Bobby Lashley be world champion? Probably not. No, whatsoever. Would the New Day be tag team champions and then lose it to AJ and Omos? No, probably not. Nope. And those are just a few of the matches that happened because of Vince. Now, I know Triple H had some creative, say so at the time. But at the end of the day, Vince says what's going on, when and where, and that's how it's going down. Period. Vince leaves, and yes, they got bigger. And now they are, and I had a feeling this was going to happen. It's too much at one time. They've been saturating the market so much that it's not exciting seeing them. Like, we literally have to get ourselves up for certain matches. You know, and they just keep going along thinking that like all this, no, it's not worth it. But they're literally going to wait until this company crumbles down to WCW 2000 status before they actually decide to do something. Because fans ain't going to keep on. The way the economy is in America, ain't no way in the world. And you know what's fucked up about it is they're going to end up selling it to a foreign company, and WWE is not going to be an American company anymore. Because one of the excuses that they're going to use is, oh well, if you listen to the American crowd, they don't get all hyped up like the international crowds do. So we might as well just go. You know what I'm saying? It'll be that type of shit. So WWE fans, you're enjoying a product that is not enjoyable to watch, and trying to find ways to enjoy it. It starts taking the fun out of watching the show. Because we literally be on these live streams in the chat, and we have all discussions about everything else going on more than we actually talk about the show. We get to talk about other wrestlers and other companies and other situations. And then when you go into WWE's chat, they're literally getting blasted like all the time. Yeah, you get they marks and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they'll say their little shit, whatever. But overall, they getting blasted. It don't make no sense to have 4 or 5 different platforms to watch one company. It makes literally no sense at all. And we seen a nice look into the future when they had that forsaken show, WrestlePalooza. I feel like I need to go watch an old ECW WrestlePalooza just to remember what WrestlePalooza actually looked like. All days off is the goal of cutting up makes me want to step up. Huh. Facts. I was like, why was Tiff out there? Didn't she hit her head last week? Yeah, she definitely hit her head. What do you think of Triple H handling with WWE? Oh yeah, I kind of. Oh yeah, I'm talking about that. Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. Watching WWE, it's like watching Bastion Burger is more exciting than watching an episode of Raw or SmackDown. This is what it's come to. You know, and this is why I gravitated more to AEW because I see things that gets my attention. I like the look. I like the unpredictability. I like the craziness of the show. Yes, there's things that could be better. Yes, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no denying that. But I love that shit. You know, I love when I could just sit back and watch wrestling and talk about it and still be into the show, you know. And you notice the difference between an AEW and WWE. AEW, you're into the show. WWE, you're into everything else. And see, that's the thing too. It's like they got all these advertisements and doing all this stuff. Like you could literally have a discussion about alcohol and still mention WWE in that same presence. Why? Why are we talking about alcohol and a wrestler? Shouldn't we just be talking about the wrestler? Did you see where MVP has their? Oh yeah, I seen that. Yo, Triple H has burned a lot of bridges. You know. Now, this is something I would love to see. I would love to see all the black talent in WWE hit Triple H with that ultimatum or just walk out. You know, like yeah, Street Profits got to win. Like they was just like you literally had them transitional champions after they've been busting their ass to get those tag team titles, and then you just made them transitional champions just to put on the Wyatts who don't need title belts. And now you're just keeping it on the, like this shit don't make no sense. Oh, so and I have no problem with the Street Profits splitting up, but the reasoning why they're splitting up is stupid. It's stupid. They're going to split up because they keep getting jobbed out. Think about that shit. They going to split up because they keep getting jobbed out. Not because one has aspirations of going solo or, anything of that nature. Or just having dissension within the team. No. They're going to split them up because they're getting jobbed out. Bianca done turned into their little token girl. Token girl. Do. And she don't look happy about it at all. Look at Naomi. She finally get her just due. She ends up getting pregnant. Now watch what happens when she comes back. And the list goes on and on. How WWE treats their black talent is absolutely disgusting. But I don't see color. Okay, well, where are your black champions at? You ain't got one black champion. Not one. Not one. Shit, NXT and TNA got more black champions than WWE do. Trick Williams. I'm not calling him Ricky Saints. Ricky Starks. Kalani Jordan just won her belt tonight. You know what I'm saying? Moose is one of the featured guys in TNA. They got Obi Femi as NXT champion. Like, but on the main roster, where is your not one? Representation means everything, and we ain't being represented at all. CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and Scott Steiner, and Bret Hart, and Vince Russo. Yo, Michael Mayer, what's going on with you? How you doing tonight? Shit. The only ones that man like are Samoans, Pacific Islanders and all them, Asians, and white folks. Look at who's in all the big matches. Look who has the titles. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to make nothing up. You can turn on your TV screen, you can see it right there. She's doing good, just getting up for work. Oh, okay. Well, don't work too hard. But get that money, though. I spent a few months watching the E, then I was watching other companies. I was let down since WrestleMania 40. And you know, that's really when all this shit started. Cause they didn't know what to do. They invested so much in that Cody storyline. You know, and they built the whole show around that they had no idea what to do afterwards. Cause think about it. What do you do with Cody? Like, let's really think about this. What do you do with Cody? Cause everything that they like when they brought Cody back, like, okay, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But after all of that, when everything settles in, what do you do with him? I mean, they're so caught up on this poster boy shit. Like, don't do to Cody what they did with John Cena. Because John Cena should have been a heel. That little heel shit they had him doing, that was some bullshit. Nobody took him seriously as a heel. Because it was forced. I mean, the shock, oh my God. But it was forced. First of all, yeah, you know, wearing the same stuff, yeah, I'm going to ruin do it. But that actually was not a good idea. You know, Cody is a heel. Cody, for some reason, Cody sees himself as a superhero god. Like, you don't have to be the superhero god to be like, be the heel. Cody as a heel is 10 times better as Cody as a face. Every time Cody was a heel, even going back to his early days in Legacy, and then, you know, later on when he was doing the whole mask thing, the mustache thing, you know what I'm saying, the mirror and all that, yeah. But then we got to see Cody evolved into his heelness in the indies, and in New Japan. You know, we got to see the evil Cody, the heel Cody, Bullet Club Cody. You know, and yes, at the beginning of AEW, yes, the good guy Cody, yes. But at some point, he should have turned heel. Because that's what the fans want. But it just goes to show you, this is why I call him Cookie Cutter Cody. Cookie Cutter Cody. Because he don't want to do what the fans want. He'll do what the company wants. Gotta pay. Oh yeah. Gotta pay them bills. Which sucks. Bills suck. I hate bills. Bills are the headache you don't want. Haven't watched the East since like April of this year. Leo's Live is the only reason why I watched NXT and SmackDown this week. Make Cody lose matches for a long time, like 6 months of losing. Make him question his Cody Rhodes face persona, then realize he's a heel. He turns heel, changes his hair to black. Get rid of it. Long-term storytelling, I like it. I like it. Book it. Book it. Yo. Just leave Brandy out of it. Don't at no point in time, do not bring her hell. Let her stay at home with the kids. Brandy and AEW annoyed the hell out of me. Like, she literally annoyed the hell out of me. Every time she like, she was, I was like, she was just doing too much. Like, sit your ass down somewhere. You know? And it's crazy to think that was the same one that used to be the ring announcer in WWE. Oh, you fine with her being out there? Like, I mean, I guess I could be cool with it too. She just can't be doing too much. You know, because I was just thinking about there were times where she was at ringside, and oh God, there was what was that match? And she did something, and then somebody came over that was on the outside too, and she let out this yell that reminded me of Stephanie McMahon. I was like, oh shit. Not another one. Oh, not fine with. Oh, okay. Oh, fine with. Okay. Yeah. That scream just had me like, oh shit. Like, but that's when I thought it could work. But then she, like I said, she was just all over the place. You know. But yeah, she can stay at home. She's not missed. You know. I just hate the nice guy. You know. I was wearing them damn tight ass suits. Like, what the hell are these motherfuckers wearing these tight ass? Whatever happened to just wearing a nice comfortable suit? Why your suits gotta be tight and shit? Like, this is like, if you think about it, some of them suits back in the 70s used to be tight, but they was like loose or whatever. These is like just all hugged up on them, like real fitted. Shit, if I was her, I'd be laid up in the. Hey, collect them checks. You see, you know what I'm saying? Direct deposit. Hear that ding going out. Ding. Yeah. Shit, might as well. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Uh, we got a long night of wrestling tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming through. I will catch y'all next time. Uh, oh yeah, my sis, Lady Che, if y'all still up, she will be doing a live, the RVA, the Revolutionary Agenda. You go check her out tomorrow. Frontline Black News, along with Russell Tati for Collision, and then I believe Leo is doing No Mercy. So yes, there's going to be a lot going on. So I'm probably not going to be live tomorrow, but you will definitely find me in the chats cutting up. So, oh yeah, oh you are more than welcome, more than welcome. So until tomorrow, y'all. Oh yeah, and I will also be putting the links up for Russell Tati and King Leo's streams tomorrow. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.